that we here highly resolve these dead shall not have died in vain, that the nation shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
The nation shall have a new birth of freedom.
Are you guys ready for the little people in the boxes?
As you know, today we will be debating what's called the minibus, not an omnibus, everything, a minibus, and it's on the subject of security. As you know, all of us, anyone who serves in government or civically involved, takes an oath of office to protect and support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Our first responsibility is to protect the American people and our Constitution. If people are not safe, how can we proceed in any other way? Our city is blessed with a large LGBTQ community and a strong history of advocacy for equal rights. Now, let's hear it for President Obama. That's an applause line. I'll tell you when it's an applause line if we're not kind of in sync. And now we're fighting for something called the Equality Act, a historic comprehensive bill, and I will continue to do everything in our power to end discrimination in the workplace and in every other aspect of life that ensures that all American families are viewed equally in the eyes of the law. That's an applause line. And stop the bullying of the LGBT community youth in our schools and in our society. That's right. Stop the bullying of our kids. This health care bill hasn't really proposed anything. We're looking for the infrastructure bill, which we're welcome to. We welcome and want to work with the president on. We welcome some of his ideas that he said in the campaign about. Okay, so here we are. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel Miranda is the great creative talent. Lin-Manuel Miranda took the story of our founding and imbued it with a fresh life and infectious spirit. Lin-Manuel is continuing. Lin-Manuel, I am truly convinced we celebrate Lin-Manuel Miranda, a man gifted by the muse of history. Thank you, Lin-Manuel. Thank you, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Thank you. Good morning. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you. How much trouble is this president in, and do you think that putting General Kelly in there is going to make a difference?
Well, let me take the second part. I hope so. I look forward to working with General Kelly. I've worked with him as, Secretary Kelly at the Department of Homeland Security. So I will be speaking with him today, and we look forward to working together. It's a very important position. The president, the chief of staff to the president of the United States, and it has to be recognized that he is the chief of staff.
Here's my point. But here's my point. Republicans, compromise means both sides give, not one side gives and the other side takes. Republicans want to cut back on Obamacare's mandates, on Obamacare's taxes, on some of Obamacare's regulations. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to agree to as part of that would allow a true bipartisan compromise? Well,
here's the thing. First of all, you will remember that the Affordable Care Act, as we passed it and as we call it, the Affordable Care Act is something that was very modeled after Romneycare. And that said, no free riders. Everyone has to have insurance so that if your neighbor, we've seen nothing that we can work But I can work with President Bush on, and I'm disappointed because I thought that there might be some interest because of what he said in the campaign. Or whoever wins understands the priorities of the American people, and they are not what President Bush, excuse me.
President
I'm so sorry,
Trump.
President Bush. I never thought I'd pray for the day that you were president again. They do not believe in it. And a lot of those people voted for what's his name?
Yeah.
The President of the United States. Those who've had business dealings with him, he operates this way. First, he tries to charm you. President Bush tries to charm you. If that doesn't work, he tries to bully you. In fact, affecting California very directly is the Affordable Care Act. President Bush has come out against that, as you know, and he has...
And you lost.
No, but, well, we're going to hear it with more clarity. For the first time since 2006...
On foreign policy, America continues to be indispensable to the goal of global liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth. But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it.
2018, and if so, will you run for Speaker?
That's so unimportant. What is important is that we have the lively debate on a better deal, better pay, better jobs, and a better future. And that's what we look forward to having. And we have unity in our party. You saw it with the fight on the Affordable Care Act in the House and in the Senate. We're very proud of the fact that our party has diverse thinking in it. We can accommodate that.
Leader Pelosi, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Please come back. Thank you. My pleasure. It's nice to be with you. And thank you for being a guardian of our democracy, the press. Well, thank you for that.